What's going on, fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. And when it comes to this video, I'll be going across why I really think that this Bitcoin correction is perfectly fine. And I want to reassure you guys, look, when it comes to this correction, it was sort of expected in the charts. I did tell you guys, look, when it comes to this macro uptrend, this third wave parabolic line, if we break below, we can expect a downtrend to occur, probably some chopping and some consolidation. And we've just gotten just that. We had our first close a few days ago at the start of this week, and I told you guys, look, it's not the end of the world, but do expect a downtrend to happen, because these kind of macro uptrends where they started pretty much, this one started early April, I did expect a downtrend to occur. And it's not the end of the world, because when it comes to this third parabolic wave is invalidated as it stands. And I do think if we get multiple weekly closes below this, there's less chances of it actually recovering. And as you guys can see, look, on this weekly close, we're probably going to close around these levels. And assuming we do, we'll probably have at least another week of pain. And more than likely, our alts are going to probably correct from here. We're already seeing a massive correction on altcoins like base native coins like Toshi, etc. And I do expect a bit more pain for our alts. But when it comes to absolute downside for Bitcoin, I would say anywhere from like the higher 90k region is somewhere we could touch realistically. I'm not really expecting more than that, unless there is some damage when it comes to Bitcoin and as well as the bull market. But as it stands right now, I really do think that we'll probably have another week of pain, and this confirmation of this daily close below this macro downtrend is looking like it was the beginning of this correction. And I did tell you guys at the start of this week, look, we can expect this to happen, and it's not the end of the world, it just means we need more time. But without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages. I will be doing a base native video on X, probably around Toshi and the charts around that, because we have some major updates on Toshi as well as other base native coins. Because of this recent downturn with Bitcoin, alts have been actually demolished the past few days. As you can see, Toshi is actually down about 30% in a matter of 2 days. And I want to give you guys updates on X, so be sure to like and follow my X page. But nonetheless, let's get right into it. First of all, for liquidations, we had an absolute massive $700 million today, and most of that was actually in longs. When it comes to this long-short ratio, it's actually spiking quite a bit. So this actually might indicate that we're probably going to head into the green portion for the remainder of this bull cycle. And who knows how long it lasts, but it's pretty interesting to see that the long-short ratio has flipped quite drastically. When it comes to Bitcoin, of course, I told you guys, look, when it comes to this macro uptrend that we've been in, we've had multiple touches at the bottom side, and it got me curious and not scared, but just aware that, look, since we had so many touches on the bottom side, but not many on the top side, as you guys can see, we didn't really touch the top side very often. And because we were grinding on this for so long, it was pretty obvious to me that, look, we're probably going to break down. It's not going to be end of the world, but do expect a downtrend to occur, which we just had from that. So when it comes to next like major support levels, I would definitely say the next major support level on this consolidation trend line here, which is about I would say it's about the 103k level. So I do expect a bounce from there. We actually might be front running that as of now, but when it comes to timings, I do expect Bitcoin to probably have some more pain in the next few weeks. I did already tell you guys, look, I do expect a low to occur early June. It's not even June yet, and we're already having some major downturns on that. So that gives me the confidence that, look, we're probably going to have a bit more pain, and because of that, will see high 90k Bitcoin. For Ethereum, same thing. We had a fake out to the upside. I did tell you guys, look, our expectation was for Ethereum to actually be bullish. We were to break out and have closes and a nice retest of this accumulation range. It's looking like a fake out to me. And what I really would like to see for Ethereum is to consolidate into this accumulation pattern a bit longer and just stay in this range. All it is, it's allowing more compression within the Ethereum charts. And more than likely, if we do break out to the upside, it'll be much more explosive than it was before. But as it stands right now, it was a fake out, and we never got that proper retest. And if I was to drop here, actually, it's looking like we could actually be wedging here. So let's see where it goes. It's very easy to invalidate this. But if we get it closed above this trend line here, we could be consolidating in a nice consolidation pattern for the remainder of June and then have a nice breakout. But my base case is definitely more pain for the next week or so. And to be honest, my base case would also be Ethereum to probably touch the bottom of his range, which it makes more sense to me because we just had a fake out deviation, whatever you call it, to the upside. For stock market, the stock market closed very nicely, and it's still looking like it's a bottoming range because if you look at the futures market, we actually wicked above the 6K area on the futures market. As you guys can see, the futures market actually wicked at the 6K region. So when it comes to that, I do expect a follow through to the downside and probably another macro uptrend retest. So around the 5.8K region. I would not be surprised that happens this week. And a consequence of actually the stock market going down, of course, most likely Bitcoin will also go down. When it comes to Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio charts, it's looking like a higher low to me. Let's see how long it stands and see if it actually maintains this, because more than likely, if it does hold, it's actually looking quite bullish for Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And ideally, what happens here, Ethereum starts gaining more dominance against Bitcoin. And next tweet is actually a really informative video just showing you guys, look, more than likely, we're going to have the bears getting louder. And I'm already seeing it on crypto Twitter right now. And this video is just to remind you guys, look, there's going to be a lot of things happening in the next few, probably next few days, if not weeks. And a lot more bears will get louder. But this is a really good video. I'm going to play it now.
We should be ready if something like this happens and gives a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll see the 5. You can see also in the past when we have a similar structure, which is impulsive. Here we have the 1, the 2, 3, 4, 5 extended, and then corrective movements. We will see what the month end is bringing to the table. But I'm guessing this new all-time high maybe invalidates some of the thesis for the bears and catches them off guard here. And if something like this should happen, I guess the shorts will be coming back to the market because everyone would think that this is just like 2021. I'm already seeing all over Twitter a lot of fractals like this one. Hey man, it's just like 2021. Let's short. This is what's happening next because of reasons. So my guess is there has to be some bait here. Again, I don't know if it starts right now and maybe we need to go up more. We should be ready if something like this happens and gives.
Yep, so the video is just showing you guys, look, more than likely, and to be honest, I'm seeing the same thing now, people are going to be calling double tops on this recent price action. And technically it is right now. Like if you look at it at face value, that's a head and that's a head, and that's just a clear picture textbook double top. But I really don't think that's the case. But that would be the excuse for the bears to get really loud, especially in the coming days, just because of this obvious confirmation of a turnaround in the Bitcoin price chart. So ideally what happens here is Bitcoin holds the high 90K region and just has another accumulation range there. And more than likely we have another leg up to the upside, probably sometime mid to late June. Next tweet is about alts. So Astronomer's really bullish on alts right now, and he did actually expect this correction. And as you guys can see, $800 billion market cap for the total three hasn't been nearly reached. And if I go to the charts right now, I believe it wicked down as of today to the 826 region. And the 800 region is just below us, just around here. So when it comes to that, he does expect a pullback to 800 billion range still. But he's actually bidding here. And when it comes to this, the reason why he's actually bidding here is like it looks super ugly right now. And he rarely takes a long nor hold strong when charts don't look ugly. And he's really liking this area because it just looks so ugly. And I bet the bears are getting really loud right now. But to be honest, when it comes to that, you couldn't expect massive green like weekly candles every day, because like looking at the weekly chart and going back on the weekly time frame, we had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weekly candles in a row. So the base case will definitely be at least one red candle. I'm probably expecting another red candle after this, and then hopefully after like mid-June range, we really start breaking out to the upside. So when it comes to invalidations, of course, invalidations would be my second parabolic trend line, which probably would take us to like the 93K region. If we break below that, there is massive damage to the price of Bitcoin and the chart structure. But we're nowhere near that yet. There's no reason to think that the bear market is starting. And like I said before in the previous videos, look, once we get like multiple closes below this third wave parabolic trend, we can expect a correction. We're getting this correction. It's perfectly normal. So when it comes to your bags, you're just going to have to wait and sit. And when it comes to dip buying, I would definitely start looking to buy the dip sometime next week when it just lines up with the timings better. And yeah, so when it comes to the next tweet by Astemka, Total 3 chart is looking absolutely amazing. As you guys can see, we've broken out, we've had that nice retest and looking for resumption. Right now the chart's like obviously corrected a bit, so it's around that right now. And when I go back to the inverse chart of Total 3, it's looking even better. We had a massive macro uptrend, which is the inverse, or which would be the downtrend. The Total 3 market cap, we're broken down, now retest and looking for resumption. And this is obviously the inverse chart, so this actually implies that we're going up. It just looks so good because we've had that breakdown and we've had that clear textbook retest and just looking for continuation, which will most likely happen in the next few months. Obviously, Total 3 is lagging compared to Bitcoin, which is totally expected. We are expecting our altcoins to really pump later on in the cycle and in the final phases of Bitcoin. Last tweet is by Income Sharks. Shorts are piling up. Timeline is bearish on stocks once again, and people are hyper-focused on the headlines, and meanwhile, stocks are going to irrationally keep going higher. So when it comes to stock market, it just looks like to me we've had a nice breakout, retest, and looking for continuation. And looking back at my base case, it's looking like we're probably going to just go retest it once again, which most likely will be a double bottom, and then we can make our way to the upside from there. So when it comes to timings, early June I did expect some weakness, and we're looking like we're going to have exactly just that. When it comes to the recap of the video, we did expect a downtrend to occur if this macro uptrend was to correct down to the downside, which we just had. I do expect another week or so of red, if not just sideways and no major damage to the price. And Ethereum to Bitcoin chart ratio is looking quite good. We're probably expecting a larger range accumulation here, as well as for the Ethereum chart as well. And more than likely, our base native coins will probably correct a bit more because they're definitely higher volatile and riskier. When it comes to Toshi, I am expecting a major retest of his previous accumulation range we had. We never actually got to retest it correctly. We had a bit of consolidation here, but that wasn't enough in my opinion. So it's quite bullish to see if we do hold this, this 0.00046 region and have a nice little retest from there. Very bullish for Toshi because we're back testing the gold candle we had back here. And more than likely, if we do successfully retest it and break out from here, we won't see these prices in the remainder of his bull cycle for Toshi. And more than likely, other base native coins will make its way to the upside as well. So that's all to the video, guys. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Be sure to follow my X page for a dedicated base native video. I will be doing one later on today. And yeah, that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Peace.